Toyota is officially back in Formula One and they are going to partner up as a technical partner with Haas. It's been a lot of rumors around Haas on who they're going to sign, and there have been teams just like Toyota that are car manufacturers that have wanted to sign up, and the other rumor was Alfa Romeo. We did hear about this Toyota rumor about 2 months ago, but they just made it official just a couple of hours ago, and this is pretty exciting, especially for the American fan base, but as well as seeing this amazing Japanese manufacturer back after what was a pretty terrible way to end in Formula One. Now, this team has had major success outside of Formula One. If you look at them in Le Mans or anywhere within that racing series, they are incredible, and it should just be commended on how good they are in their hypercars. They've won the 24-hour of Le Mans multiple times, and in general, as a car manufacturer, there isn't a more successful car than Toyota in the world. Most people recognize this as the #1 car brand when it comes to reliability, just overall car enjoyability. But why are they back in Formula One, and why do they pick Haas? If you're new here, go ahead and subscribe. It would mean the world to me. We're killing it, and thank you all so much for the support. But let's keep hitting these goals. Let's hit 70,000 by the end of the month. Would be incredible if we could do that. But let's get started into why Toyota is back, and specifically why they're working with Haas. Now, Toyota has returned to Formula One, and they have signed a multi-year contract that is a technical partnership with Haas. They've made this multi-year agreement specifically through the R&D division of Toyota Gazoo Racing, which is their racing team. This will also run in arrangement with Ferrari because Haas has been with Ferrari since 2016, so going along with the engines and so on, they're not going to pick up any of those Toyota parts, but specifically in the aerodynamic department, Toyota wants to spread its wings and show off what it can do. The team spent 8 years in Formula One as a works team and as an engine supplier. They spent a boatload of money, but they never ended up actually getting to where they wanted to, and the team never really was successful. They were kind of like the Alpine of that time, if I could actually kind of compare them to something in 2024. But as I talked about in the intro to the video, they've been very successful in previous sports, so coming in here with resources and now knowledge to give to the Haas team, this is huge. As talked about by Haas, to have a world leader in the automotive sector support and work alongside our organization while seeking to develop and accelerate their own technical and engineering expertise, it's simply a partnership with obvious benefits on the both sides. Now for Haas, this is huge beneficially because, as I've said, Toyota is successful in many other racing categories, but Formula One was one they could never conquer. The ability now for Haas to tap into the resources and knowledge base available at Toyota Gazoo Racing while benefiting from their technical and manufacturing process will be instrumental in their own development, and our clear desire to further increase our competitiveness in Formula One is stated and talked about by the Haas team. And what they offer in return for Toyota and why they've really came back is the platform to really give themselves this marketability, even though they're such a huge brand, but also advance in their in-house engineering capabilities. As I've said, pretty much spread their wings and show off that they can do Formula One as well. A big guy, and definitely somebody who should be commended big time, is Ayao Komatsu. What he's been able to do for Haas coming into the sport and being able to turn that team around from being a butter shredder in 2023 to a pretty successful race car in 2024 with obviously the resources that they have, to now signing such a big name like Toyota back to Formula One after being out for so many years, still sticking with that Ferrari partnership and being able to collect the parts from them. Overall, this has been a historic comeback for the Haas team, and you definitely got to give a round of applause to Ayao Komatsu. He spoke a lot in the media talking about thanking, obviously, Vasseur for allowing something like this, Stefano Domenicali for allowing it to also come into the sport. And I would say that this makes Haas a very reputable team. It's been a team that we've all kind of looked at like, why are they in the sport? The max that they can get out of positions is maybe a P5 if the other manufacturers pretty much fail, but they're always around that P8, P9, P10 position. So what now for Haas? Where is it going to go? Now, speaking about them, with this Toyota partnership, what can actually happen with them being technical partners? Now, a lot of people are going to point out that they still don't have their own engine, and most people believe that you need to have your own engine to be successful in Formula One. Well, my first thing would be look at McLaren. McLaren do not have their own engine, but they've made a very successful race car. Now, with the engine regulation period coming up here in 2026, it's going to become more and more important. So teams like McLaren could actually kind of lack in that avenue. Same with Haas. But the future is much brighter. Their goal is not necessarily going to always be usually fighting for a P9 to P10 position in the race. Maybe there's a possibility that Haas could get their first podium within this time period of working with Toyota. Their ambitions and obviously their goals have now risen much higher when they start to work with Toyota. And this collaboration is coming in quick. It's going to be something that's going to be worked in within 2025. And this multi-year deal is going to continue on as long as Toyota is happy with what's happening. But you will literally see the Toyota Gazoo branding on Nico and Kevin Magnussen's Haas cars next weekend in the United States Grand Prix in Austin, which will be incredible to see that logo smashed on. But the real actual effectiveness and when Haas can start to compete for more competitive positions and when they will actually get, I guess what you can call an advantage now in their R&D development, which they've desperately needed because every single time throughout the season they bring an upgrade, those upgrades seem to fail. It happened in their 26 season. It happened in their 2018 season. 2020, they also failed. 2021, I mean, I can name any season that Haas has been in the sport. Whenever they bring a big upgrade, the car actually downgrades and sometimes they even revert back from what they previously had. So now they have a big R&D budget, which will be very helpful. Under some new hands with Toyota, will help out the engineers that are already there. And the big push is going to start in 2025. Now, obviously, this is going to have to come with some quotation marks because with 2025 being the last season of the regulations, it means that it's probably going to be less development than we usually see like in 24. 24 has been a big year for upgrades. 25 will be less unless Haas for some reason is fighting within the first 30 positions, which I heavily doubt. But the winter break is going to be a big one for them. They can step up from 24 to 25, and 26 is going to be huge as well, working under this company. And Haas is now going to be a team that really can't be messed around with. Now we kind of have all 10 teams with what I would probably say the exception being VCarb actually being competitive and hopefully can make their way up the grid. Sauber is still a good ways away. That is becoming Audi. But now pretty much everybody's a car manufacturer except for VCarb, Williams. But Williams is a family heritage name, even though it's realistically owned by Dorilton Capital. Regardless, it's a good thing. I think it's a very positive note for Formula One to have Toyota and Haas working together. But I'd love to hear your thoughts down in the comments below of this. What do you think? Do you think it's kind of more for the eye to watch and be like, oh, Toyota's in the sport? Or do you think they're actually going to make a big impact? In my opinion, I think Haas needed something like this desperately. I think Alfa Romeo would have just been a glorified sponsor just sat on there for marketing. With Toyota, you have somebody that's going to work hard and they have a point to prove here. They want to desperately make their way back up. Let's see what they can do from the aerodynamic platforms that they're given with Haas. I'd love to hear your thoughts down in the comments below. Please leave a like and subscribe. It would mean the world. And peace.